Bing with AI is going to completely change what people can expect from search. We're grounded in the fact that, Google dominates this space. I feel like a new race is starting with a complete new platform technology. I'm excited for the users to have choice finally and a real competitive race out there.
Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella finally thinks he has what it takes to make Bing happen and grab some search engine market share from Google. His not-so-secret weapon?
This all started with us and OpenAI coming together with really a research agenda on moving the state-of-the-art of AI forward.
Microsoft is taking OpenAI's newest artificial intelligence model and intertwining it with Bing's search data so you can chat with the search engine and get up-to-date information.
So the entire point of ChatGPT early on was to just sort of show the power of the large model and the conversational intelligence. We now have not only the current information that you usually expect from a search engine, but you can then have a full conversation around that current information and all the other information that came before.
On top of the new AI chat features in Bing, Microsoft is adding ChatGPT-like features to its Edge browser. So I came here to Microsoft's headquarters in Redmond, Washington, to get a hands-on demo of the new tools and hear Nadella's thoughts on AI.
That was Satya Nadella, chairman and CEO of Microsoft, talking about AI and search. AI has been put front, middle and back of the new battle in the search space with Google. Let's take a look at what Microsoft presented and prepared in reference to Bing to take on the behemoth Google's search engine.
The user experience is as important as the underlying technical platform. All right, enough talk. You guys ready to see it in action? Let's just show you how we're going to enable the Copilot for the web. Now, before I do, I want to call out two things for clarity. First, because there's so much I'm going to show you, and so you don't have to watch me type every search. I recorded these searches live just yesterday. Second, in case there are skeptics in the room, you're going to get a chance to play with it directly, put your hands on it, and type the same queries, as well as your own favorites, right after this presentation. All right, you're all familiar with search, so I'm not going to show you search. I want to show you what you can't do today with today's search. I'm going to focus on answers, chat, and the ability to create. But first, let me introduce you to the new Bing homepage. You're going to notice some subtle but important changes. First, we have an expanded search box capable of accepting up to 1,000 characters, because now Bing works with natural language. And you saw a little hint to chat, which I'm going to get back to in a second. Now I want to set up the first search scenario. My daughter and I, we both love art. She's studying art at school, and I'd like to stay connected with her on our mutual passion. Last semester, she was learning about Mexican painters. I'd like to get a quick summary of the most influential Mexican painters and their works to learn a bit more about the topic. If I type the full query of what I'd like to know in today's search, here's what I'd get. And so I'll just type in, compare the most influential Mexican artists and their top paintings. And you'll get what you expect, right? Some links. It's fine, but we can do better. Let's try this now in the new Bing. What you'll see as we pull up is first you see the web results here on the left, but then on the right you start to see how we start to compile the answer. And what you get here now is we have the ability to highlight these web links. We can annotate the results. And that's because we're able to go in and apply our index onto the answers there. In other words, the answers and the search on one page has saved me a huge amount of time. This gives you a little bit of a sense of what you can do. Now, you've seen some of this before. You might say, hey, I've seen some of this. Let's show you how we can do some additional things. I'm going to show you another query, so where we use the timeliness of search. So let's go ahead and ask about events in Scottsdale during the Super Bowl. And what you'll see is we get back an answer here where we have events, and we're able to do that because Bing crawls the web. Notice how we can find not only that the Super Bowl is played in Glendale on the 12th, but then the events like Cardi B's Super Bowl party that's on the 10th also shows up. So we're able to pull these things together. So you start to get a sense of how we can build on what's today with the Bing index. Now I'm going to show you a few more of these types of answers quickly, so you can get a sense of the power and the time savings from Bing. When I'm running an errand, like the example I gave to you earlier, I can ask Bing to determine if that new love seat from IKEA is going to fit in the back of my Honda Odyssey. And what you'll see is Bing can actually find the dimensions of the love seat, the interior space of the car, and then make an estimation as to whether it will fit. In this case, I'm choosing an example of where Bing does not know the answer. And we know that we can't be definitive about it. And the reason I'm doing that is because we know we won't be able to answer every question every time. But Bing can still provide some helpful information, as you can see on this answer. We also know we'll make our share of mistakes, and as we begin to roll this out. So we've added a quick feedback button at the top of every search so that you can give us feedback and we can learn. Another example, when I'm shopping, I can ask Bing to search, find, and compare the top 3 selling pet vacuums, listing the pros and cons. And just take a look. Look how great this answer is. It has all 3 of the products I'm looking for, super helpful pros and cons. Stop and think, if you had to compile that, how much time that would take you to do? And as you can see at the top of the page, we still have the advertising in this example because we know when people are shopping, those ads are helpful.
This is just mind-blowing. Being able to just get answers you need rather than spending hours scrolling through multiple websites is amazing. I'm loving it. I will be using the chat tab a lot. Let's see what Satya has to say about all of this.
Really is grounded in search results and helps me have a very contextual chat to be able to get to the right answers.
Satya Bing said, or AI Satya said, the new Bing chat mode leverages AI to understand the user's intent, context, you said context, and preferences to provide relevant, visual, logical, and actionable responses.
I love the AI Satya.
But while these
Let's take another look at what else the chat in Bing can do.
And how I think the new language models are going to maybe help bring the world a little bit closer together. Understanding different cultures is often done through the arts, like music and literature. And I've been fascinated by Japanese traditions. Satya shared with me one of his favorite searches from a while back on poetry. So with that, I'm going to use that as inspiration. So without a clear idea of what I want, necessarily, I'm just going to type in a simple prompt, top Japanese poets. And Bing starts to respond with a nice list. And you see this, it does a great job of mixing the Japanese language and the English language. And it knows, since I'm querying in English, to do that. Right away, I learn about this poet, Matsuo Basho. Turns out he is one of the greatest haiku masters of the world. I love how it not only lists his name, but we go ahead and we give you one of his famous haikus in Japanese, and we auto-translate it in English. Great. And I can say, oh, I'll learn a little bit more about Matsuo. So I can say, tell me a little bit more. We give you another jumping off point. That's great. And then I can say, hey, tell me about another haiku. Now, what I want you to reflect on is, look how easy this is to discover something new. Normally, I might not have done this. I might not have gone to learn about something new in the world through search because it's just, it's cumbersome to click on links and have to deal with foreign languages. But this is what we mean by unlocking the joy of discovery. All right, finally, when what you are searching for doesn't exist and you need that spark of creativity, Bing can generate the content to help you get started. We just finished planning that trip to Mexico, and now what I would like to do is I'd like to share that information with my family. They're all over the world, but I can simply ask Bing, hey, write an email sharing this itinerary that I've researched and put it in a thing for me to be able to send to my family. So notice here how the email starts. It's a great email. Personalized touches, has the trip highlights. It'll close here with a nice heartfelt message. It's just a great way. It just saves a bunch of time on your everyday work. Now, for my family, English isn't necessarily always the first language. So I can ask Bing to just translate that in Spanish. And with a simple request, just basically say, hey, translate it to Spanish. Bing knows to take that entire email and itinerary and convert that into Spanish. In fact, Bing can translate automatically in over 100 languages. My sister, I'm going to admit to you, she's a better Spanish writer than I am. But I might just impress her with this one here. And even if I don't, at least I save myself a lot of time from having to type the mail. Our focus with Bing
This is brilliant. I can already think about hundreds of ways this will help simplify getting things done online. Researching for a new book, boom, done easily without having to spend hours combing through hundreds of websites for references and citation. One of the main challenges of traditional search engines is that they often return a long list of irrelevant or partially relevant results, making it difficult to find exactly what you're looking for. This can lead to frustration and a sense of wasted time, especially when searching for complex or specialized information. New Bing, on the other hand, can understand the intent behind a query and provide personalized and accurate responses, saving users time and effort. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to using the new Microsoft Bing, or are you sticking with Google search?